you going? Dan and Josh here from the Acoustic Centre. Two very special guitars today that have taken us way too long to get around to. Arriving at the end of our 30th anniversary year last year we had three, didn't we, Joshy?
Yep.
Beautifully handmade David Worthy, well, he's an entire custom shop, so they're custom shop guitars, that we had built just for us. The specs, Engelmann Spruce top on the back and sides, Brazilian Rosewood.
The hallowed Brazilian Rosewood.
The hallowed Brazilian Rosewood. Joshy, these are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's always difficult to convey to people with microphones the way an acoustic guitar fills the room with sound. And these guitars, they have this long sustain on them, this clarity and fullness, which is really difficult to convey until you actually sit and play them. So that's why we always encourage people, come down to the shop, sit and play these guitars for a few hours, because that's when you really fall in love.
That's true. We were too slow getting these guitars demoed because there were three of them. There was a little Parlour as well that didn't last long. It was snapped up very early. The two shapes we have here is the David Worthy Talisman shape, which is kind of his signature model.
Yep.
And this is a lovely slope-shouldered dread. So we'll talk about the Talisman first, Joshy. How do you describe the tone of that guitar?
Well, it's, as I was saying before, beautiful sustain. This is a difficult one to describe as well. The guitars sound like they're in tune with themselves too. So once you tune it up, everything just rings in harmony. You just get this... Everything just rings, you know. And to use a cliche, like a bell. And the shape of this guitar is similar to an OM, if you're familiar with that shape. I would say a D-shaped neck, so it's flatter and very comfortable to sit with. A genuine pleasure to sit with this guitar, that's for sure.
Let's have another little taste, if you don't mind. David Worthy's been building guitars for us for, well over a decade. He's based in the little town of Cockatoo, nestled up in the Dandenong ranges outside of Melbourne. He's a wonderful guy and just a wonderful builder. He'll build anything for you. Anything you ask, he'll build.
He will.
But to have guitars in Brazilian Rosewood and a set of three with all matching appointments was so special for us to get. And we're just absolutely wrapped in them. Do you want to have a little swap, Josh?
Yeah, have a little swap there. You got that. And what was the rosette again? You were explaining that to me.
The rosette is a combination of blackwood and ringed gidgee. So a lovely touch of Australiana there. It's a mahogany neck, small details, ebony on the back of the headstock, which is a lovely touch. Goto 510 tuners, which are just incredible tuners, they always are. There's another look at that Brazilian. I mean, wow.
Turn that one over as well.
I don't think we'd be able to land a Brazilian Rosewood guitar from outside Australia for under $30,000. And these guitars are around a third of that. So they're really well priced for what they are, and they're just really special.
What was the other detail in the reinforcement in the neck?
Carbon fibre reinforced neck, which is interesting.
So very, you can feel that these are very, very lightweight guitars, and that's why they're genuinely so resonant in their tone.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one.
Let's have a go.
Amazing.
It's as good as you'd get from a slope-shouldered dread.
I think so. It's pretty hard to beat that tone. And I love that in my head. Whenever I think of Dave Worthy building, I think that he's building in Middle Earth, essentially, because he's out in the country building these beautiful guitars, and sort of like thinking about them, loving the process.
A genius, without doubt.
Yeah, amazing.
Well,
amazing
that's
stuff.
it. Two left. Two David Worthy Engelmann Brazilian 30th anniversary guitars left. We'll never have any more, I suspect.
And one thing I love as well. I actually love the headstock shape.
Yeah, it's great.
It's hard to get your headstock because everyone has their own take on it. But that's just one of those details I really
and a
like.
really cool understated logo as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautifully done. Come in and check them out. That's the David Worthy 30th anniversary models.